Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with another episode of Daily Free Picks. Alright, so yesterday we finished 3-1. We got our 2-unit play, so we're 4-1 for the day. It was really nice to get a win for everyone. We're back at it today, guys. Just wanted a quick recap. So we got the Duke, the 2-unit win. San Jose State, New Mexico, easy winner. Again, San Jose and New Mexico State was close to being a 2-unit play, but as I alluded to, there was some steam on the over. Now, we were happy to take that extra value with our super system, but still not, I'm comfortable betting against steam on the super system, but that's going to eliminate it from being a 2-unit play. But we got the win there. Maryland Northwestern lost. It didn't look good right from the start and ended up taking a loss there. And then VCU, we got a 1-point win there. So we got a little bit of luck go our way. Despite, I was excited about, return for Marcus Evans. And he was actually a non-factor in the game. If anything, he kind of hurt us. But we still got the win there. And before I get into today's picks, I just want to address a really good question. So more and more people they're diving into sports betting for the first time. And they're wondering, where do I begin? It's a pretty daunting task to, start handicapping games. Well, a good resource is obviously to watch the videos and continue to learn. But my recommendation, if you're just starting out in sports betting, what you're going to want to do is pick a sport in the beginning. Don't try to be a master of all trades right from the start. Pick your favorite sport, something that, you're comfortable immersing yourself in, watching all the games, and that you enjoy watching all the games. Because if you're picking a sport that you're not really into, how excited are you going to be to do that homework? Where if you love a sport, whether it's football, hockey, basketball, watch the games. Understand the players, try and understand the teams. And it's very important. Obviously, you want to continue to learn. The second that you stop learning, Vegas will beat you. And that is an absolute given. Now, I've been doing this a long time and I never stop learning. One of the things that I kind of make reference to, and I'm just going to show you guys a really crude illustration here. So when I was a kid, I grew up watching a lot of hockey. All right. And Wayne Gretzky, famous quote, he says, "I don't go where the puck is, I go where the puck is going." And that is very relevant to sports betting. So as a kid growing up playing hockey, when I was watching the games, I wasn't just watching the games for just the sheer enjoyment of it. I was watching it to try and make myself a better hockey player. And one of the exercises that my dad had me do, he coached a lot of my hockey, was he said, if you can see that, draw a little hockey rink. All right? Now, with your pen, as the game goes on, draw where the puck is. So just follow the puck. Doesn't matter where the players, follow the puck and do that for an entire period. Now, at the end of a period, you're going to find there's a lot of dark spots on here. So that's where the puck has been. Now, if you study those spots, you can go to where the puck is going to be, not where the puck is. And why I bring this up is it's very relevant to sports betting because a lot of people like to bet teams where they've been as opposed to where they're going. And that's why it's really important to understand that it's not just good enough to look at a team's previous record, maybe they're on a run or whatever. You have to understand where the team is going and where the team they're going against, or the team they're playing against is going. So, look forward to the future, guys. But in the beginning, I would definitely focus on one sport, get really good at it. And my advice for pure beginners, if you're just starting out in sports betting, is take your top 4 games for the day. All right. So take your top 4 games for the day and get rid of your top game and get rid of your bottom game. So get rid of your number 1 ranked game and get rid of your number 4 ranked game and then bet 2 and 3. Now you might think, why get rid of your top game? Because in the beginning, guys, until you understand Vegas's motivations and trap lines, there's going to be a lot of times where you see a game and you think, wow, this is an amazing game. And I'm just saying in the beginning, if you guys have been doing this for a while and you kind of understand trap lines and what Vegas tries to do, but in the beginning, get rid of your top game, get rid of your fourth game, and bet games 2 and 3. And then as you evolve in your betting career, you can obviously start to avoid some of those trap lines and you can expand on that. So just a little thought to leave you guys with here. And other than that, guys, here we go with today's daily free picks. Okay guys, ready to go with our daily free picks. Okay, so I have 3 picks for you guys today. Now above and beyond that, if you guys noticed, I did release a video a couple days ago on an English Premier game. So that's going to be a pick obviously for today as well. At the very end of the video, I'll leave a link to that video so you guys can check that out. And so technically we do have 4 picks for today. And then I have, it's not a pick, it's more like a lean, but instead of being a lean, I just want it to be like kind of a cautionary tale as to maybe don't bet one side of the game. So let's get into it, guys. We're going to start off in the NBA. We have Minnesota and Chicago. So really early on, we have a lot of early money coming in Chicago. In fact, there's 56% of bets and 82% of money that's come in really early on Chicago. Now, I have mentioned in the past, guys, when lines first come out, a lot of the early money is sharp money. Now, it's not necessarily steam where you're finding like large conglomerates or really big bettors like slamming a bunch of money down, but the really early money is traditionally smart money. And that's for the simple reason that players, your average everyday bettor bets closer to game time. Maybe they finish work and they start handicapping and they put their picks in. But it's pretty rare that, yesterday's games are still going on, that your average bettor is handicapping his games and trying to find advantages in the line. So early money is typically a little bit smarter. I mean, steam is where you want to be in reverse line moves, but early money is typically a bit smarter. And we have that on Chicago here, guys. We have a really nice system indicator. As well, as of 6 p.m. today, Markkanen is listed as probable for Chicago. Now, looking at like a few different sources that I use, I'm seeing it's more than probable. It's close to about 80%. It's more of a probable, probable to definite kind of lean. So a good solid 80% that he is going to play. So what we're going to do in this game, guys, is we're going to take Chicago on the money line minus 110. So money line minus 110. Chicago was a 1-point dog, but this early money moved them to a pick'em. So again, Chicago minus 110. All right, next game, guys, we have Arkansas and Mississippi State. So Arkansas and Mississippi State. The money's fairly split down the middle early on, but this is a super system play. Now, at 136, which is a total in this game, so 136 is a total, it seemed like a potential trap line to me. It seems between these two teams that Vegas is trying to draw a little bit more money onto the over, which is why I kind of expect, to see that 50-50 money distribution, because I do think some people are going to think that there's, value on both sides of this line. For me, guys, being a super system play, I do like the under in this game. So that being said, guys, Arkansas, Mississippi, we are going to take under 136. All right, so under 136 brings me to next game. So we have Samford and Furman. So Samford and Furman. Now, we have 6 system indicators on this game. So very strong. Now, included in that, we also have our super system indicators. So it is going to be a super system play. Now, as well, I had looked at this as being, I'd looked at this actually as being a potential 2-unit play. So I was anxiously awaiting this line to come out. And I was expecting a higher line, to be honest. I had this line pegged at opening around 155, 156, somewhere in that range, which would have made it a 2-unit play. I was surprised, to be honest, to see a line open up at 151. But seeing a line open up at 151, I can kind of already tell Vegas's motivation on here, which is trying to draw a little bit of money onto the overside. So, it's encouraging. I would have preferred, obviously, to get a 155 or 156, but at 151, guys, it's still a play for us. So we're going to take Samford and Furman to go under 151. Now, if you are on Bet Online, you can get 151.5. Pretty well everywhere else is 151, but Bet Online is holding strong at 151.5. All right. Now, I do have. It's not a pick, so I'm not going to give this out as a pick, but I've seen a lot of early money come in on this game, and I just want to maybe warn you guys off a certain play, and that is in the North Carolina Virginia Tech game. So North Carolina Virginia Tech. Now, a very solid system play that we have in college basketball is fade the public in the big conferences. So fading the public in the big conferences. So when there's heavy public money that comes in on one team, you're going to want to fade that. Now, these conferences include the Big 12, SEC, Pac-12, ACC, Big 10, and Big East. All right. So when you're dealing with those conferences, Vegas is really good at setting lines to get people to bet on the wrong side. So when you find these really heavily public bet games, now when I make reference to heavily bet public games, I'm talking about 76% of the money on one side. So the 76% of money on the one side, you're typically, now this is not just every single game when you see that, you just fire, but you're certainly not going to want to bet with the public when the money's that high. So when the totals for those games are between 130 and 146, you get about 11.7% or 11.8% ROI fading the public games on there. So very strong. Now, above and beyond that, in this particular game, we have a team in North Carolina. So North Carolina, it's North Carolina Virginia Tech. So North Carolina is getting 7 points in this game. Now, North Carolina has been atrocious this year. They've only covered the spread 25% of their games. But when you're dealing with teams, and when I said against, where basically the public is betting hard on the other side in these big conference games, when you have teams that have only covered between 25 and 30% of their games, where the public's betting 76% or more the other way, the record is 32-18. So 32-18. And Vegas has made a ton of money off people. So it's not going to be a pick today, guys. I'm releasing the video early, and this system heavily depends on money distribution. And so this is a pick that, I would typically look at much later. I'll see where the line goes. Potentially there might be some more value there. If the public continues to bet on Virginia Tech, potentially Vegas moves that line. But they might not, because Vegas knows the numbers and they know that there's probably a fair amount of value on North Carolina. But it's not going to be a pick for me today, guys. What it is going to be is just a lesson here, but also don't get caught up in Virginia Tech. Yes, I know North Carolina has struggled. I know North Carolina's only covered 25% of their games, but at +7, guys, looks like a Vegas trap line, so don't get caught up in that. All right, so that's it for today, guys. Like I said, there is another pick. I released it a few days ago. I will put a link to the video up here for you guys. And yeah, so check that video out. And yeah, sorry guys, I got cut off. That's how technologically advanced I am. Anyways, guys, a good day yesterday. Finished 4-1. So yeah, we have the 3 picks on today's video. Kind of the cautionary tale as to, maybe don't take Virginia Tech. But again, it's not a bet on North Carolina right now. But don't take Virginia Tech tomorrow. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for today, guys. Like I said, I'm going to leave a link up above to the soccer game. And yeah, so as always, guys, have a very lucky day.